Welcome back to my channel. What can 3 simple dimes teach us about money, value, and decision-making? In this video, we're diving deep into the story, the symbolism, and the surprising power held by these 3 coins of 1 dime. Let's get started. The 1979 Roosevelt Dime, a seemingly common piece of late 20th century pocket change, holds a paradoxical position in numismatics where extreme condition rarity elevates a mass-produced issue to the pinnacle of the series. While millions were struck at the Denver Mint, the pursuit of a perfect specimen has become a legendary quest among specialists. Its appeal lies not in a low mintage, but in the extraordinary challenge of finding a coin that survived the brutal minting bags and automated counting machines entirely unscathed. This specific issue is highly sought after today because it represents the ultimate condition census challenge for the modern dime series, with gem examples being exponentially rarer than their Philadelphia and San Francisco counterparts, driving intense market demand from top-tier registry set collectors. Historically, the 1979 dime arrived during a period of economic uncertainty and transition for the United States coinage. Struck at the Denver Mint, it was part of the final years of the pure copper-nickel-clad composition that began in 1965, a formula that remains today. This coin does not commemorate a specific event or figure beyond the enduring legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, but its context is defined by the Carter administration, an era of high inflation and the energy crisis. As a workhorse of daily commerce, billions of dimes were needed, and the Denver facility operated at high capacity to meet this demand. This very context of mass production for circulation makes the existence of a pristine, untouched example so remarkable, as it narrowly escaped the harsh realities of the economy it served. The unique feature of the 1979 dime, in the context of its high value, is not a design variation but the sheer perfection of its strike and surface preservation. In gem mint state grades, the coin exhibits a spectacular, brilliant luster that is often described as flashy or frosty, a direct result of the minting process using new, sharply detailed dies. The obverse showcases Roosevelt's portrait with full, sharp hair details above his brow and a clean, unbroken line on his jaw. The reverse, particularly the torch, must display completely separated vertical lines on the central band and sharply defined olive branches. Any weakness, however minor, drastically reduces its status and value, making the fully struck, mark-free specimen a numismatic masterpiece of modern minting. The rarity of the 1979 dime is exclusively a function of its condition. With a mintage of over 390 million coins, it is abundantly common in circulated grades and even in lower mint state levels. However, its rarity curve climbs precipitously in grades of MS66 and becomes truly legendary in MS67 and above. The vast majority of coins were bagged, shipped, and handled in bulk, acquiring countless contact marks, bag scars, and nicks. A coin that avoided all these imperfections is a minor miracle. Furthermore, while no major die varieties like the 1982 Nopi exist for this date, the quality of the strike itself can vary, and only the sharpest examples are considered for the top of the population reports, with finest known examples being exceedingly scarce. The market value for a superlative 1979 dime reflects its extreme condition rarity, with prices for certified examples in MS67 reaching approximately $2,500. The jump to an MS67 plus grade can see values approach the $4,000 mark, as these represent the absolute pinnacle of quality for the issue. Auction results for these top-tier coins are fiercely competitive, often exceeding their pre-sale estimates when 2 or more dedicated registry set collectors are vying for the same piece. The driving factor is not bullion but pure numismatic prestige. Owning the finest graded example is a trophy that validates a collector's dedication and resources, ensuring its value remains robust and appreciates over time as more collectors enter the modern series. For collectors pursuing this coin, the single most critical step is to focus exclusively on examples certified by top-tier grading services like PCGS or NGC. Raw coins, regardless of their apparent quality, are almost certainly not of the caliber required for this investment, and authentication is non-negotiable. When evaluating a certified coin, scrutinize the finest known population data. A coin that sits at the top of the census holds the greatest long-term value. Acquiring such a piece typically requires patience and vigilance, monitoring major auction houses, and establishing relationships with reputable dealers who specialize in high-end modern coinage. It is not a coin one finds by searching rolls, but through targeted acquisition in the numismatic marketplace. In conclusion, the 1979 Roosevelt Dimes significance is a powerful lesson in modern numismatics, demonstrating that rarity is not solely born from low mintage figures, but can be forged through the unforgiving gauntlet of mass production and distribution. Its aesthetic value is found in the breathtaking luster and immaculate surfaces of a coin that defied the odds, while its investment value is secured by its status as a condition rarity key for the series. This coin appeals not to the casual hobbyist, but to the sophisticated collector who understands that true treasure can sometimes be found not in the obscure, but in achieving perfection within the commonplace, a pursuit that guarantees its enduring appeal and financial merit for generations to come. The 1990 Roosevelt dime occupies a paradoxical and fascinating space in modern numismatics. While billions of dimes were struck across the various mints in 1990, the Denver issue has garnered a specific and intense interest from specialists, transforming a seemingly common coin into a premium collectible. Its appeal lies not in a dramatic error or a microscopic mintage, but in the relentless pursuit of perfection by condition census collectors. In the realm of moderns, where rarity is defined by survival in pristine grades rather than by initial production figures, the 1990 has emerged as a key date for the Roosevelt series in the highest echelons of preservation. The demand for this coin is almost exclusively driven by its conditional scarcity, making it a cornerstone for registry-set competitors and those seeking the absolute finest examples of a modern issue. Historically, the 1990 dime was produced during a period of immense volume production at the United States Mint. The Denver Mint, in particular, was tasked with supplying a vast quantity of coinage for circulation, with the Roosevelt dime being a workhorse of commerce. No specific historical event or person is commemorated by this issue beyond the ongoing tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Its significance, therefore, is not rooted in a singular moment in history, but in the context of the series itself. As the series aged, collectors began to realize that despite high mintage figures, finding examples from certain years and mints that had survived without a single bag mark or hairlining was an immense challenge. The 1990 represents this very phenomenon, a coin struck in abundance, yet preserved in gem quality with such infrequency that it has earned a notable reputation decades after it left the mint presses. The visual appeal of a premium 1990 dime is a study in subtlety and quality. The obverse features the familiar profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek, while the reverse depicts a torch flanked by an olive branch and oak branch. On a typical circulated specimen, these elements are unremarkable. However, on a superlative example graded MS-68 or higher, the coin's artistry shines. The fields become deeply mirrored, acting as a black velvet background that starkly contrasts with the frosty, luster-soaked devices. The intricate details of Roosevelt's hair and the delicate lines of the torch gain a three-dimensional quality, a testament to a perfectly struck planchet and immediate, careful preservation. This sharpness of strike and the quality of the luster are the hallmarks that separate a common coin from a numismatic treasure. The rarity of the 1990 dime is almost entirely a function of its condition. With a total mintage of over 835 million coins, it is anything but rare in a general sense. However, the population reports from major grading services like PCGS and NGC tell a different story. While thousands of coins have been certified in grades up to MS-67, the population plummets dramatically at the MS-68 level. In the pinnacle grade of MS-68+, the coin is considered exceedingly rare, with only a handful of specimens known to exist. This condition rarity is what creates its desirability and value. The vast majority of these dimes entered circulation, were bagged, shipped, and handled in bulk, acquiring the minute contact marks that preclude them from achieving the top grades. The few that escape this fate are the ones that command significant attention and capital. In the current numismatic market, the value for a standard 1990D dime in circulated grades is merely its face value. However, for certified examples in the upper echelons of preservation, the market tells a compelling story. A specimen graded MS-67 might trade for a modest premium, but the market dynamic shifts radically at the MS-68 level, where prices can begin around $1,500. For the ultimate examples, those few coins that have been awarded the MS-68+ designation, the competition is fierce. Auction results for these top-tier pieces have consistently realized prices in the $4,000 to $5,500 range, a staggering sum for a coin many would overlook in their pocket change. This valuation is driven directly by the population data and the demands of advanced collectors completing top-ranked registry sets. For collectors aspiring to add a high-grade 1990D dime to their portfolio, a strategic and cautious approach is essential. Given that the coin's value is almost entirely dependent on its conditionally rare state, third-party certification by either PCGS or NGC is non-negotiable. Purchasing a raw coin advertised as high-grade is an enormous risk. Focus your search on reputable major auction houses or established dealers with a specialization in modern coinage. When evaluating a certified coin, scrutinize the holder for authenticity, and if possible, review the certification number on the grading service's website to verify its details. The importance of eye appeal remains critical even within a slab. Look for a coin with brilliant, original surfaces and a sharp strike, as these aesthetic qualities can influence value even among coins of the same technical grade. Ultimately, the 1990D Roosevelt Dime stands as a powerful lesson in modern numismatics, demonstrating that rarity can be manufactured not by the mint, but by time and circumstance. It is a coin that bridges the gap between the common and the extraordinary, its value derived not from its original purpose, but from its survival against all odds. For the specialist, it represents a trophy, a key component in a world-class collection of Roosevelt dimes. For the new collector, it serves as an introduction to the critical concepts of conditional rarity and population dynamics. Its investment potential is tied directly to the ongoing competition for the finest known examples, a competition that shows no signs of abating, solidifying its status as a modern classic with a value that truly belies its humble denomination. In Last We Uncover, the 2018 D Denver Mint 1 dime has become an unexpected highlight in modern U.S. numismatics, drawing collectors who never imagined that a contemporary clad dime could rise to a premium surpassing $3,800 in select rarity conditions. Its surge in desirability comes from a combination of condition rarity, special strike varieties, and the growing trend of collectors searching modern releases for hidden gems long overlooked by the general public. What makes this coin so compelling is the way it bridges the gap between everyday circulating currency and elite collectible material. Collectors now pursue top-grade specimens with the same passion once reserved only for silver-era dimes. Although it belongs to one of the most familiar series in American coinage, the Roosevelt Dime, the 2018 D issue holds a special place in the timeline of modern minting. struck in Denver during a period of renewed collector interest in high-detail business strikes. This coin became part of a broader cultural moment in which hobbyists were turning their attention back to circulation finds and post-2010 coinage. While it does not commemorate a specific national event, the year 2018 marked increased public focus on U.S. mint production quality, and this coin reflects that shift. The Denver Mint, known for its consistency and mechanical precision, played a central role in producing the sharpest and most technically impressive circulation dimes of the decade. Its physical design remains loyal to the traditional Roosevelt motif, featuring John R. Sinek's iconic portrait on the obverse. The reverse, carrying the torch of liberty alongside the oak and olive branches, presents a surprisingly crisp appearance in 2018 D examples with strong strikes. The clad composition of copper and nickel may be standard, but what distinguishes the finest pieces is the intensity of the surface luster, the clarity of the lettering, and the fully defined horizontal bands on the torch. In high-grade or full-strike varieties, the dime displays a brilliance and sharpness that can rival early-era uncirculated silver issues, giving it an aesthetic appeal far beyond its face value. Its rarity rests not in mintage but in survival quality. While millions were produced, only a minute fraction remain in truly pristine, untouched condition. A tiny number exhibit exceptional brilliance, perfect strike detail, and full separation of the torch bands, qualities required for the premium FB designation sought by specialists. Even more scarce are the error-based varieties, early die strikes with dramatic clarity, slight die shifts, or unusually bold centers. These elite survivors represent only a microscopic portion of the original output, making top-tier 2018 D dimes among the scarcest modern business strike Roosevelt dimes in gem condition. Market performance has grown remarkably in recent years. While ordinary examples carry little premium, gem-level specimens, particularly those certified above MS-68 with full bands, regularly command between $1,900 and $5,400, depending on strike strength and visual perfection. Exceptional errors, especially those produced early in the die cycle, can exceed $6,000 in private sales, with collectors paying top dollar for coins that combine flawless luster with undeniable rarity traits. Price increases have been steady rather than speculative, supported by real demand from modern series specialists and investors who recognize the rising importance of condition rarity in post-2000 coinage. Collectors seeking this dime must approach the search with a strategy rooted in precision. Certification from respected grading services is essential, as tiny differences in strike definition separate ordinary pieces from top-tier rarities. The coin should be examined under high magnification to confirm band separation, uniform surfaces, and the absence of contact marks across the high points. Storage should be airtight and archival quality to prevent even minor changes in luster. The most successful collectors source their best finds from reputable auctions, mint-sealed rolls, or trusted numismatic dealers who specialize in modern business strike gems and recognize subtle high-grade attributes. Ultimately, the 2018 D Denver Mint 1 dime has secured a place among the most appealing modern rarities, transforming from a common circulation piece into a sought-after treasure for dedicated hobbyists. Its blend of sharp artistry, exceptional condition-based scarcity, and steadily increasing market value makes it a standout in the Roosevelt series. Both experienced collectors and newcomers see it as a compelling investment, one with a bright future as demand for superb modern coins continues to grow. Whether valued for its beauty, its rarity, or its unexpected rise in the market, the 2018 D dime stands as a testament to how even the newest chapters of U.S. coinage can hold extraordinary surprises. To continue exploring hidden history with us, subscribe to the channel. Let us know in the comments, what everyday object should we delve into next?